Hello, all you beautiful people. It's been a while. This is Rajith from One Illumined Heart. I have some super exciting news to share with you on this video. It's going to be chock full of information for light workers levels, the first waivers, second, and third waivers of light workers. Okay, what is it? It's June 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th now of 2024. There is an important shift going to be occurring on the planet, in the grid of the planet herself and in our grids. So you are being invited to receive up to 30% higher light frequency in your physical body and in your consciousness. You are also invited with this gift that's coming to you to help support Mother Earth by bringing greater peace and love to our planet as part of the divine plan. And this is to reduce the level of violence and unconscious behavior and thinking that is going on the planet right now. This is date-sensitive information. We're going to give you some tips as to how you receive the greatest benefit from this time that the divine is shifting up the light on the planet. So let's begin right now, okay? So this is I'm going to be reading. There's a ton of information, so you'll have to excuse me that I'm reading off of my notes so that I can stay on track with what we need to be doing here. Okay, so this is how you can get the receive the best benefit possible of this new energetic information that is coming. And so this is for first, second, and third wave of light workers. That is in a synchronistic shift with Mother Gaia herself receiving an upgrade. So let's talk about that. Now, some of you have been following me since April of 2020 when the 5D portal opened up, and we know that in July of 2022, the new 5D grid of Mother Earth was totally repaired and placed for us to move our consciousness up into it. So her grid shift is now also being up-leveled as well. And we get to go along with it. We've been building our light bodies. We've been changing our diets, moving toward more plant-based, and now we're going to have to do an even bigger shift. So here we go. Let me see here. This is number one. No matter who is on the planet, it will benefit everybody on the planet, as the gift of light is going to benefit everyone. The light workers themselves will have the greatest amount of benefit because they are going to be, they've got their bodies up at a higher frequency so they can actually receive what's coming. All right, so here we go. So first of all, the level of spiritual frequency that you hold will determine how much of an impact this will have on you. The first waivers, everybody who is from a level 14 on up will have the greatest benefit, being able to receive up to 30% of an increase in their metabolic frequency, velocity, basically like the velocity that the cells are replicating can go up to 30% increase in a 4 to 10 week period, depending on your frequency, on your stamina, on your state of health. Okay. So, okay, let's see here. So why is this happening? I think this is really important. The oceans and the land are having, the Mother Earth grid is being reconfigured to a higher frequencies lifted during the 4 days of 25, 26, 27th, and 28th of June. The Earth grid will be shifted so that it can establish through the divine's love a 40% increase of light frequency on the planet. And for Mother Earth, this will be an 11-week process for the Earth and the oceans. This is being done with great care and consideration of all the life forms that will be absolutely impacted by this change. Beings in the water, all life forms on the Earth, all animals, insects, birds, everything will be impacted. So it's going to take, it's not going to be an overnight thing. The grid is going to be changed in 4 days. However, the process of the increase in frequency is going to be over an 11-week process. Okay. So I already said that the first wave of light workers will have the velocity of healthy cell replication up to 30% over a 4 to 10 week period of time. And we'll do a little bit more details on that in a little bit. So we want to say, why is this happening? So it is happening to assist the modulation and reduction of levels of abuse and violence that is currently occurring on our planet with regard to humans and animals. Now, we're all aware of the atrocities of war that are going on in so many places on the planet. And those of us who are conscious vegetarians or vegans are very aware of the inhumane ways that animals are being slaughtered and disregarded for their life. And they are sentient beings. And there's karma to be had by eating those animals. It's very important to bless them, but during this time, it's time to let go of all of that. One of the reasons this is happening is that Mother Earth no longer can handle. She is an alive being. She no longer can handle the level of abuse and violence that is going on the planet. So she's being up-leveled, and all of us have an opportunity to up-level so we can raise everyone else in their consciousness with love and mercy and grace that's handed to us in our process that we get to also share with others. Very, very important. Okay, so where is this abuse coming from? Well, it is happening on conscious and unconscious levels with people. It is being perpetrated by people who are ignorant of the karmic ramifications of the impact of their violence, the impact of their negativity, the impact of them eating animals as part of their life. People don't understand. It is time for us to bring greater awareness to that. And we can see with climate change that there is an impact. They've proven that there is an impact. There are other people who have closed hearts, closed minds, and they have just closed off, wanting to know that their behavior has any kind of negative impact on the planet and the people on the planet and the consciousness. So we, at this moment, have an opportunity to be part of this modulation process to uplift a greater love onto the planet. And we are being supported by the divine to create greater love and harmony between all life forms on the planet. It's been a pretty amazing process for all of us as we've been raising our frequency, how much more we are in sync with the shifts on the planet. And probably most of you have noticed that in the last couple of years, we've had a ton of solar flares. And I think in I can't remember now, but in last year in 2023, I think we had like 12 or 13 big solar flares. No, 9, I think it was. And really big ones like X flares. And now in the month of April, we had like 13 in 1 month. So there's greater light and love being given to us by the divine to push this ocean of loving consciousness into the framework of our own grid systems and our bodies. Okay, so thank goodness Mother Earth knows that the consciousness of man is changing. And as we know, people who have been working consciously to change the health of the planet, people who are meditating, people who are promoting, living in a more green way in harmony with the planet, people who are choosing vegan and vegetarian diets are all helping to tip the scales toward greater and greater love. The more meditation we do, the bigger the ripple in the stream that we are being able to affect. We know that Mother Earth is in a 5D frequency, and so there are going to be different frequencies available to us in this physical body as we up level. And so we're going to be moving at the end of this 11, 12-week period. For the first wave of light workers, they're going to be able to connect with frequencies from the 5D to the 10th dimensional energy that's impacting the consciousness of the planet. And the higher up we go, the more energy that we can take with us, the more people that we can bring on board into this new awakened consciousness. Okay, so the starseeds and the very old souls who've been here hundreds and thousands of lifetimes are the ones who are in this first wave of light to bring awakening and healing energies to mankind and the earth. They've been doing this for lifetimes. Okay, so we want to also show you how to get the biggest amount of receivership possible for you and your body with these gifts that are going to be given to us. Let me see here. What else? First waivers. Okay. This up-leveling will increase your replication of your cells. We will share that. We also want to share the impact that this wave of love is having on second and third waivers as well. Everyone will be blessed, and if you do meditation time, we'll talk about that in a minute, and proper diet, you will gain the greatest benefit. So the message that I got was that for everyone, doing more meditation, prayers, gratitudes, chants, mantras, whatever your thing is, there's no specific way. Whatever your thing is in terms of reaching your own heart and your own higher divine self, do that. The personal frequency of each person will determine how much benefit they get. How much meditation time they put in will also determine the benefit. So how do you get the greatest benefit from this upgrade and this shift in your own personal grid? Remember, if you're a first waver, second or third wave light worker, anywhere from a frequency of 10 on up, you will have a shift in your own personal grid. How do you take advantage of receiving the greatest amount of light, greatest amount of ability to up level your cellular velocity of metabolism to activate that crystal body? Okay, we're going to discuss that. I'm going back to my notes. So the first thing is that we need to be doing meditation time, gratitude prayers, mantras, chants, whatever it is that you like to do. And we want to make sure that everyone does that a minimum of 2 hours a day. For the first waivers, if you can do anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a day, 6 is the ideal. You will get your upgrade to 30% the most quickly within usually a 4 to 5 week time frame, unless you've been ill, then maybe 6 or 7 weeks. If you do less time in meditation during these 4 days, it is fine. It's not the end of the world, but do at least 2 to 3 hours. Then as you do more meditation, your grid will upgrade, and it may take you a whole 10 or 12 weeks to get that whole 30% increase, but just keep on doing it. Now, the second and third wave light workers aren't going to get that 30%. They're going to get up to, I think it is like a 10 or 12% max increase in the velocity of their cells due to the frequency that they hold and the capacity for their body to shift into greater light. But they just keep on going because this benefit will come to them later on. So right now it's the first waver's turn to get this big push up. And my understanding is that in December of this year, the second wave of light workers will have their shift up. And then the third wavers will have it next year in the summer sometime. I can't remember exactly when, but I think it's somewhere between June and August. I think, maybe July and August of next year. So know that everybody's doing it. And then people who are not first, second, or third wavers are also being blessed by this increase of light. And as they lift themselves up with selfless service, with their prayers and meditation and learning how to love and forgive and, participate in the movement of love on the planet, they will also eventually get there, but they have to get their bodies up to a 10 frequency in order to get it moving and get that crystal body built, as all of us have been doing for the last 4 years, and or some of us too, depending on when you were introduced to this information. Okay, so that's really important, making sure you get your meditation time in. The other thing that is very important that they said is that it's very important that we get at least 2 hours barefoot or with earth shoes on the land, on the grass, on the dirt, at the beach, in a water, stepping in water in a lake, at the ocean, in a river, in a stream, whatever. Get that 2 hours of earth time in. Very important, because that will help you ground. The other thing that will help you is sunlight. Being in the sunlight will help rejuvenate you and also bring you to a higher frequency. So this is all about getting that grid uplifted and getting our body, crystal body light activation to a greater and greater level. Okay, those are very important things. The next one is our diet. We're going back to the diet. Remember that on my One Illumined Heart channel, I have the diet for an ascending body, a lifting body into a higher frequency. And if you go to my early videos in 2020, from April to September, October, we talked a lot about what to eat and what not to eat to support your healing body, how to build that crystal body, how to make sure that you take silica in, etc. Well, this time, during this period of June 25th to the 28th, if you want to receive these gifts of having your body move into a higher frequency, connecting to higher love, you cannot eat. No one can eat any kind of flesh foods. No eggs, no dairy, no cheese, no milk, no yogurt based on animal products, no meat and no fish. 0. So that your grid can change into this new higher frequency, and your body can lift up in and receive that higher level of light coming through. All right. The only people that should not be doing that would be people, which is what I was told was only 5% of the population cannot digest plants. That's very few of us. So the rest of us need to be letting go of eating flesh foods and dairy and eggs during this time, especially during this whole upgrade time, not only just the 4 days, but the time it takes to upgrade and up-level your body to this higher frequency. It's going to take time. So they're recommending from the spirit world that you stop eating all flesh foods and become vegan or plant-based, whole food plant-based. What they are recommending, let's see here. It says here, okay, let me just say exactly what they told me. The reason you want to be plant-based because it, number one, causes the least harm to you, the planet, and it has the least karma for your soul. Who wants to be adding more negative karma to your soul journey? It's enough already. It's hard enough on the planet. Having cleared all of my karma right now, it's like, whoa, it's been a journey. Okay, so this is how you get your body into highest level of receivership for the beautiful new light, new truth, new love frequency that's here. Doing what we said, putting in your 2 to 6 hours and eating whole food, plant-based. This new frequency on Gaia and in us supports the possibility of all of us co-creating together a more loving and conscious world. Super important. And as we are in this process, I want you to know that it's super important for all of you and all of us to stop judging yourselves and others for either not being vegetarian or not being vegan. It is not your decision to judge another person. Every religious scriptures, I don't care which one you go to unless it's satanic, tells you not to judge others, not to criticize, because everyone is doing their journey at their time. So if people aren't heeding this information and taking it to heart and making this shift, there are, of course, for all of us, there are consequences to our behavior and to our thinking. So we all, on some level, know that there is a price to pay. And let's keep that price as low down as possible. That's your choice. But if somebody isn't ready to make that shift over, don't criticize them. Don't add negativity and harm to yourself or to the planet by doing that. Love them. See the God in them. See the possibility of love and hope and joy, and rejoice in that in them. It's so important to do that, okay? Because it harms you. When we judge someone else, it's a chink in our armor, not a chink in theirs. So be careful of what you say and what you think. Try to remember to see the God in everyone. That is the best thing. And also practice forgiveness. Stop holding other people accountable for what you're responsible for. Nobody else can make you happy. Nobody else can make you sad. It's how you are responding to your world. So let's up-level all of our responses by holding greater love and greater possibility for all of us. We can move forward by living our truth and being a good example of showing people that you can survive beautifully on a vegetarian and vegan diet and be healthy. There's ways to balance all of that. And as our bodies up-level into this greater light, we don't need the heaviness, the density that flesh foods, meats, fish, heavy foods create. It's dense, so it doesn't allow as much light to move through your body, through your heart, through your spirit. So raise your body frequency by up-leveling your food intake to higher vibrant frequency foods. So before we go on to the kind of foods that are best, they want to remind you that continuing to eat dairy, it's a choice, but they want you to know what it will do. Dairy slows down your metabolic velocity or rate. So if you want to move into a higher frequency and have your cells be moving at a higher level and rejuvenating more quickly, I guess that's where we got that idea that we'd be moving into youthing so that we'd have a more alive frequency within us. If you let go of eating dairy, that would be super helpful. Okay. One of the things that they're saying in terms of food is to make sure that you eat lots of deep green foods, bright colored vegetables and fruits and a balanced amount of protein. Yet you can get through your beans, your nuts, and your seeds. Eat a preponderance of vegetables so that you can build your mineral body. I mean, because the vegetables, rich, deep colored vegetables actually dynamically assist in manifesting a mineral rich body. And you will do better. You will build a stronger light body given that diet. Okay? All right. The other thing is rest. They're saying, please, please make sure, especially your first waivers, get enough rest. It is crucial. It takes lots of energies to reconfigure and reset your grid, number one, and then to upgrade you to a higher frequency in the next month to 3 months, depending on how long it takes you to get that done. And so make sure that you rest, get sunlight, and get those feet on the ground. And drink lots of water. All right? Okay, now let's see here. So we know that the part of the reason to upgrade is to build a stronger light body or crystal body. I don't know, I've talked to a whole bunch of people who have said that their compadres at work will see them and go, why is your skin so light? Why are you emanating light? And so the higher the frequency we are and the more light that can move through us, we are emanating more light. We are holding more love and more truth. And know that that is possible for you. Okay? Now, regarding your meditation and prayers, there's no set way of doing it. Nobody's saying you have to do this religion or that religion. You choose your religion or your modality of devotion to the divine and in thanksgiving. You can sing, you can chant, you can do mantras, you can do the I am prayers. It doesn't matter if you're a Sufi, if you're a Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're a Hindu, if you're Buddhist, if you are whatever other religions are out there. Do what brings you closer to your heart and your higher self. That is what brings you to the feet of the divine within you. Okay. Now, I think that if you're not sure what will work for you, play around by going to YouTube. There's lots of beautiful transcendent meditations out there, mantras. There are guided meditations. There are chants. There are songs of love. There are Ho'oponopono songs. There's so much out there. Find what vibrates to you. Solfeggio frequencies can also help you in the meditation process. Being quiet and doing a mantra that maybe if you have a spiritual teacher has given you, then you can use that as well. So just do what brings you closer to yourself. If you are not sure what to do or want help, ask a friend or contact a meditation center, or you can contact me and I'll do my best to help you. Okay, in this process over the next few weeks, so what I'm going to be doing is doing like impromptu Facebook Lives on my Facebook page, which is One Illumined Heart on Facebook. It's my public page. You can find anything that I do live immediately. Then I'll have someone else take that live and post it onto YouTube. So it'll first be on Facebook, then on YouTube. And both of them are under One Illumined Heart. Okay, let me see if I've forgotten anything. Okay, I think that's it. So God bless everybody. And for those of you who know your first waivers, be grateful. Just thank the divine for all that you are, all that you have, and all that you're about to receive and all that you can share. It's so very, very important. Let's be part of the positive stream on the planet to bring love, to bring light, and mutual support for Mother Earth herself and all the beings on it. Okay, many blessings to all of you. Thank you for being here. God bless. Bye-bye. Signing off as Rajith.